Hi, my name is Jung and welcome to my very first video. So in this video, I would like to share with you about my journey of learning Dutch. So a brief introduction about myself. My name is Tran Nguyen. I'm come from Vietnam and I have been living for nearly 7 years in the Netherlands. So let's get back to the very beginning. Yeah, as a little girl, I guess I just watched a lot of Western movies and, fall in love with this romantic sphere. And I just saw that it's really a different culture, different living, and also people just really different from how I used to live in Vietnam. So it's really inspiring, and I was hoping that with studying abroad, I get in contact with these people, learning more about different cultures. And fast forward, when I finished my high school, I raised the idea again to my parents and asked them if that possible. Also at that time I was really see myself that I want to challenge myself if I have to learn how to live independent, and to just take care of myself basically. So after a lot of discussion with my family, looking at the financial to see like whether they have the budget to support me throughout the 4 years of study. But also I guess my dad also worry about me as well. Yeah, how's his daughter going to live alone in a very far away country, very far away from family. And after a lot of letters that I writing to him to convince him that I can do it, believe in me, he finally approved. But also with the support of an agency who specializes in university abroad, I was recommended to go to a university of applied science in the Netherlands. So that is where the journey begins. During my 4 year study, I do have Dutch course in every year, well, except the time that I have to do minor or doing internship. But the Dutch study were up until B2 level at the time. But I think the study was just, like to get the score. I didn't really put into practice because I started international business. So everything except the Dutch course is in English, and all the communication with classmates, with people around, even with internship, is very international. So I think that is kind of like a reason why my Dutch is not really progressed even though I study up until B2 level. So fast forward after 4 years studying, I graduated and I work in recruitment for around 3 years. And at this time as well, it's still an international company, and even though I follow online course, I do self-study and stuff, but again, I didn't really put it into practice, or actually I didn't really, yeah, I just don't speak Dutch. I think that's the most important part to improve when you learn a language. So I was really struggle a lot, and I'm kind of like, oh my god, I'm done. From last year August, I also committed myself like I really want to learn Dutch, to also integrate in the society. I want to know, I want to understand what the people talk about, society, politics, maybe a bit, and the culture. Okay, the culture that I interact with every day, but like I just want to know more and more. And I joined a Dutch evening course at my old university. So what I do differently in this time with the Dutch evening courses, I also noticed that I think my listening skills stay on the top because I watch a lot of Dutch programmers, and I think it's also helped to improve my listening skills. Meanwhile, I noticed like, okay, the worst ones in the skills would be speaking and writing, because I don't practice a lot or practice enough for those two skills. And at the time, the teacher from the course also suggests to reading book, so that's also improving my reading skills, along with the practice of doing the STAT exams samples. So for speaking, what I did is that I also started doing sport. I doing badminton, and when speaking to people, I was really explaining to them that I would like to practice my Dutch, and then the conversations is go in Dutch. And anytime that I feel like something I don't understand, then I will ask again, like, hey, sorry, this word I'm not seem to notice or not seem to understand, could you explain? And they are happy to help, so that was really great. And the other thing for speaking is that I'm also coming back to the volunteer work that I did before. I also talked to other volunteers in Dutch there as well, so these are the actions that I take up to practice my Dutch and really committed into doing it. Anytime that someone trying to maybe perhaps had the tendency to respond in English, I was just continue going in Dutch, and then the person at one moment they also continue in Dutch as well. The thing is that the more I speak and the more people understand and responding also help me to gain the confidence that, okay, you are making progress. So that's really great, and I would suggest you to do the same if you're really committed to improve Dutch. I was really happy the last time I went to the volunteer work that I did, and I have the whole conversation with people and I understand like to 80%. And people also really encourage me, just like, if you don't understand something, you can ask the person to repeat again. And I don't know about you guys, but I think there's still, of course, a lot of Vietnamese cultures still in me that try like, I think we feel a bit shame when we ask the question again for something that we don't understand, because that might show that you're not so smart to catch up with what people say. But over time, I just really get over this point, like, como I'm studying the language here, I put all the effort in, and that should be enough to show commitment. And yeah, just need help as well to speed up. Also with writing, I try to write with the Dutch book that we have to write about a review, statistics, description, complaint email. So in the beginning, I found writing is really it's really not, it's not easy in terms of I learned only words, but I didn't really put into my writing, because I just come up like the thing that I come up with, like the very easy one. But I want to be more sophisticated. I make a lot of mistakes as well, but I think the moment that I receive feedback from the teacher correcting these mistakes, it helped me to remember more. I think that, for instance, like the and het, when you start writing and receive correction on it, then you really remember it much more than you're trying to study it yourself. At the end of the evening course, like a couple weeks ago, we had the exam, and I was really happy that I passed in one go for the three skills that we have: listening, reading, and writing. So I was really happy about the results, and I do see myself want to go further to C1 level, so I will continue practicing. So if you also struggle with learning Dutch and find it hard to motivate yourself, then I hope you also stay tuned and follow me on my progress. One of the purpose I make in the YouTube video also to share my own experience, but I hope to also share resource, things that I found very useful, or the way to practice and improve Dutch. And I hope that you can take some away with you. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Ciao ciao.